Okay, here we go. The first walk and talk. It's walking in the Trafalgar Woods, beautiful area of Thetford, quite close to home. And today I thought I'd start this YouTube channel, just discussing what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So basically, I'm a 69-year-old chap, and needing to make sure I stay fit and healthy. I have a young son, so I need to remain fit and healthy in order to look after him in the years ahead, as far ahead as I can manage. Quite a responsibility. So, part of the New Year's resolution, which is nearly a month ago now, 3 weeks anyway, was to make sure that my level of fitness was appropriate, not just for my age, but for human health generally, my health generally. So I've undertaken to do 7,000 steps a day for this year, and here we go. We're doing this is I think 22nd, 23rd January, something like that, and we've been doing this for a little while now, and it's kind of having an effect. Lost about 2.5 kilos in weight. From the right place as well, from the midriff, which is kind of nice, and I enjoyed some very pleasant walks. So a chance to study some French, which I'm doing lately, listen to the odd podcast, the odd audio book, or simply to be enjoying the walk in the kind of beautiful surroundings that we have here. It's all rather nice in this area actually, lots of wildlife. I do come across rather a lot of people walking their dogs, so likely to be interrupted occasionally by the odd good morning, good afternoon or whatever. 7,000 steps a day. Came to that amount because that seems to be an amount that's manageable, and the amount given in various places on the internet to have a positive effect on things like blood pressure. I'm prone to being slightly high. Average is about 130/80, so I'd rather get that down to 120 again. Probably that got a little worse after a certain medical intervention that I took about a year and a half ago now, and suffered some consequences for that. Never again will I take such an intervention. But we'll maybe address that in a different video. So 7,000 steps a day. Yeah, seems to be the amount needed to have a reasonable effect on your fitness, your weight, and your blood pressure. It's also not too bad. For me, 7,000 steps a day means I have to do about, say, 25 minutes positive walk a day, and the rest of the steps will be made up. That'll account for about 3,500, and the second half will be made up by generally being active. I garden, I shop, I go for walks in town, that sort of thing, all the sort of normal things of life that you do. So it's not that onerous, and most days it's a pleasure. Today is, and I'll turn around here, maybe able to see. It's really rather frosty. I think at the moment it's about 2 or 3 degrees. No wind, so there's no wind chill factor, so it's actually not unpleasant, but chilly. But I actually quite enjoy that, to be honest, so that's not a problem. One of the joys of this form of exercise is it takes very little equipment and essentially is free. It's funny, this time of year I get a lot of advertisements on the local, emails from the local leisure centre. Say come and use our rolling roads and all that sort of thing, all the other equipment they've got up there. It'll only cost me like £40 a month, which just seems mad. Why would you? That's the obvious question, isn't it? Why would one wish to walk on a rolling road inside a gymnasium, a sweaty situation and all that, when one can simply walk outside? It's an odd situation to be walking and stand exactly where you are. But it seems that wherever there's a commercial opportunity, there'll be people making machines or clothing equipment or whatever that will be sold as essential for this particular activity. But if one is walking, essentially all you need is a decent pair of shoes or a decent pair of boots. They don't even have to be walking shoes or walking boots. A pair of trainers or anything sensible will do quite adequately. So essentially it costs nothing. It's very convenient. You can leave from your front door. Very easy to get on with. And no journey there and back, no membership fees, no hanging around in smelly, sweaty gyms. All very pleasant. If I can do it at it's 2 degrees today. I think I've been doing this. Maybe the worst day was about -2, -3, but that was still quite pleasant. So I tend to wear this thing on these colder days. But apart from that, I'm actually walking. I'll show you this. Actually walking in shorts, shorts and boots, and that's about it. Boots, walking shoes. So yeah, paying for the little equipment needed. I was watching a very interesting video on YouTube the other day. Was a professor, Professor Lieberman, I believe his name was. I think it was Stanford, studying exercise. And he was making a point how we spend so much money on exercise equipment and how we do so much exercise, but much of the time end up either not lasting the course or injuring ourselves or worse, and spending a lot of money into the process. He made the point that the most natural form of exercise is simply going for a walk. And this form of exercise has been undertaken by mankind for about 2.5 million years, as long as mankind has existed. And the predecessor hominids before that, no doubt, did something very similar. So yeah, it's got a long evolutionary pedigree as being almost the ideal form of exercise. It's actually, in many ways, it's easy to over-exercise or just to let it become a vanity project, trying to get chiseled abs or something, or fantastic biceps in the case of the men, and I don't know, firm bottoms or whatever the thing is for the females. But really, you just need to walk. Just do enough of it, continuously enough, and you'll become a fit and healthy person without that great an effort, without that great amount of inconvenience, without much threat of injury. Many years ago I was quite a decent runner, about 6-minute mile pace, and that's not fantastic, but okay. But it lasted for about 7 or 8 years in my 20s and into my 30s. But in the end I had to give up because of ongoing knee and back problems. And it seemed that the interval between exercise sessions and or being active on exercise sessions and injury was becoming shorter and shorter every time. So I gave that up and went over to swimming and cycling, both of which I still enjoy, though swimming not so much now. I probably will do if I go abroad, whatever, but my local pool now insists that you have to identify yourself just to go for a swim, and do not allow you to pay cash. So I don't wish to partake in that situation. I just want to go for a swim. So I tend to leave that until I'm somewhere where I can just simply go for a swim, like the seaside. The biking is better in the summer here. Well, better in the spring, autumn and the summer. It's very nice area for cycling. So I'll probably kind of run that into the walking as well in the summer. But this is perfectly adequate for now and perfectly enjoyable. So that's a brief introduction to the whys and wherefores that I'm doing this. It's called a vlog, isn't it? A video log. That's beautiful here. This is the forest bit near Thetford Garden Centre around here, and I think this will do for my first vlog. And yeah, hopefully the plan is to make one of these a week, and essentially we'll start off on the exercise and just, I don't know, ruminate, if that's the word, on whatever is going on in my world and the world. It's very challenging times on very many levels, and I'll share my thoughts, such as they are. My thoughts are any more important than anyone else's. Share my thoughts on the various aspects of the way we live now. I think there's an old saying about may you live in interesting times. That's not clear whether that's a blessing or a curse, and particularly now. Okay, thank you and see you next time. Oh, in being a relative newbie to this, I almost forgot. Please, what's the expression? Smash the like button and hit subscribe or something like that. Hopefully we can grow an audience over time. It's not really so much the point now, it's more for personal reasons, and maybe to show my son one day, maybe. And for the sake of expression and a little bit of fun, really. But it'd be nice to have a few subscribers, and any comments, please feel free to leave them. Okay, I thank you and hopefully see you again.